Hi everybody, it's Gina from Gina K Designs and welcome to another episode of Stamp and Chat. I am so excited to have all of you guys here today. I see lots of you coming in from both YouTube and Facebook, so welcome, welcome. It is a lunchtime live today and we are going to be doing a fun technique using blending brushes. I like to do a lot of direct to stamp techniques with ink blending, but it can look rather harsh and sometimes the lines can look a little bit harsh. So today I'm going to show you a fun way to use your blending brushes to ink up your stamps to create a softer, more watercolory look to your projects without actually having to watercolor. I was playing with this a little bit earlier today and I thought that it kind of had the look of hand-painted flowers. Of course, I'm using the beautiful new stamp set by Lisa Hetrick called Love at All Times. And so her flowers in many of her sets already look like watercolor because that's her specialty. So if you're looking to achieve the look of watercolor, check out Lisa's line of flowers because they already have that watercolor feel built into them. So welcome to everybody. Thank you. I decided to wear a lighter color today. And of course, it threw everything off. Tom had to do all kinds of white balance and different things because I usually wear such dark colors. So today I decided to go with something a little bit brighter. I actually wore this in my little Instagram thing I did yesterday too. So sorry if you're seeing me in the same shirt twice, but that's what COVID shutdown does to you. You just pick up the same clothes you took off the night before a lot, right? Okay. And today I do have a quote for you at the end. And this is really kind of something that I saw on Facebook in my memories. You know, Facebook is really good about reminding you things that you said 10 years ago. And this was a quote that I posted on Facebook probably 10 years ago. And it was just one of those days where, one of those weeks where, you have a good day and then you have a bad day. And you have a good day and you have a bad day. And you're just kind of all mixed up emotionally. I think we all kind of feel like that right now with everything going on. We feel great because we have a vaccine and then there's a new variant over here and we're like, oh, is it going to work? So you have good days, you have bad days. And so my quote at the end kind of addresses that. So anyway, what if we get started? Let me just show you. This is the stamp set that I'm going to be using today. I love this stamp set. What I really like about this is it's got this large floral design that you can color. So if you love to color, this is a great stamp set to color. But if you're a little apprehensive about coloring, you can actually use some of these stamps to fill in the flowers. And then you'll have a couple little leaves that are left open. You can color those in with a marker or you can just leave them white. If you see the way Lisa used these stamps together as a two-step stamp process, it's really interesting. And it gives it a little bit of a neat twist when just this leaf is open. It's really cool. But I'm going to be using this flower today. I'm going to be using this small one, and then I'm going to be using the two open leaves. All right, so let me get a piece of white cardstock. Well, I should probably show you another stamp set I'm going to use today too. So this one is called Love at All Times, and this is by Lisa Hetrick. What I'm going to be using also is, this is one of the mini stamp sets that we have. It's called Enjoy Today. And I'm going to use this Enjoy Today greeting. And I'm going to use it with these from Master Layouts 4. I haven't used this wide flag yet. So I'm kind of excited to use this today. And I was looking through all my stamp sets and kind of measuring. And I thought this one would look really good. I think that will really fill that in nicely. So I'm going to use this flag today and this stamp set for my greeting. Okay, so let's get started with this technique. Now you can use your MISTI for this if you want, or you can use just an acrylic block. I'll try it with an acrylic block first. If I need to pull out the MISTI, it's always right here by my side. For the colors that I'm going to use, I'm going to use Tangerine Twist, and I'm also going to use Red Hot. Now, people ask me a lot about our red colors. We have Red Hot and we have Red Velvet, and then we have Cherry Red. And people ask me, what's the difference between those three colors? And the way I explain it is Red Velvet is a true pure red. it's like that Christmas red. It's just red. Red Hot has a little bit of an orangey hue to it. So it's more kind of like a Caribbean red, real vibrant. And then Cherry Red has a little bit more of a pink undertone to it. So it's more like a cherry. So I'm going to be using Red Hot with the Tangerine Twist to play off of that little bit of orange in here. Okay, so who's asking questions? I'm missing tons of questions, but if anybody has any questions, Tom, if you want to shout them out, that'd be great. I'm going to use this flower first. And I'm going to just put that right on our square block. If you're new to Gina K Designs, I just want to do a little plug here. Sorry, I don't like to plug too much, although, you know, it is my line of products. If you haven't tried our comfort blocks, they have this really neat beveled edge and everything is rounded, so there's no sharp edges. So if you're used to acrylic blocks and you're holding them tight and they're digging into your fingers and they're uncomfortable to hold, or you drop them a lot, maybe try one of these, maybe something like this for strip sentiments, just to give it a try. We even have a really tiny little block, which I love. And it's perfect for when you just want to add those little tiny details, like little hearts like this in a background or something. And just try one and see how you like it, how it feels to you. I really like them. They're also a little bit lighter weight than regular acrylic blocks. So if you struggle with arthritis and you know, or you just have hand cramping, anything like that, these are a much lighter block. Okay, Tom, let's just go to the front shot because I saw a question that I want to address. Okay, so for those of you that are watching today, and I'll say this again on my next live too, but I know a lot of you were with me when I told you that I had, I went to the dentist and they found some lesions on my tongue and on the floor of my mouth, and I had to have a biopsy. I just found out yesterday, no cancer. So yay. So I just wanted to share that with you. Yay. Because I know a lot of you have been private messaging me and asking me, did I find anything out yet? It really took 15 days to get the biopsy back. So by the time they told me, now I have a blood pressure problem because it took so long to get the results, but no cancer. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Okay, back to the project. So I'm going to be using these blending brushes here. I'm going to use the one that I have designated for orange and one for red. And I'm going to start, oh, thank you all. Thank you all so much. Thank you. I'm going to start with the orange. Now, normally, let's just take a look at the difference here. If I stamp this, let's really ink it up here.
Any updates on subscriptions?
Not yet. That's definitely something that's going to come a little bit later this spring. Subscriptions are going to come a little bit later this spring. Okay, now you see how bright that is, right? That's a really bright orange. And it's beautiful, but what I want to do is create more of a watercolory look. So what I'm going to do instead is I am going to ink up the brush and I'm going to pat the color onto the stamp. Now I'm getting pretty good coverage, but it's much lighter. And then I'm going to take my Red Hot and I'm going to add a little bit of that just around the edge.
Betty wants to know, do you remember every stamp set you have? Or do you look through them?
I look through them, Betty. I do not remember every stamp set that I have. I have a lot. And so I just have to look through them and see what I want to use. Now you can see this is going to create, look at how watercolory that looks. It still looks pretty solid, but it's very, very light. And the red and the orange create almost like a peachy tone. And I just love how soft and pretty that looks. Now, if you're doing this, I suggest that you use your tidy towel in between to clean it, because if you're going to stamp other ones, you don't want to kind of contaminate your orange color. So let's do another one just to see. I popped my clip right off. There we go. Okay. Let's add a little bit more here. And you can go darker with the ink if you want. But I'm just bouncing the ink on from my blending brush. So it's giving it more just a translucent kind of look. And I'm going to add some of the Red Hot just around the edges. And then I'm just bouncing a little kind of in the center. Around the edges again. Okay, here we go. You can see what another one looks like. I love that. It is so soft and so pretty. So this stamp set is called Love at All Times. It's the new one by Lisa Hetrick. So you can see it's a major difference here. I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to cut them out because I don't know what my layout's going to be yet. And I would hate to think, oh, I could have used one more. Put the wrong lid on. That's a tragedy right there happening. You know, I'd hate to want one more and not make it and have to get everything out again. So, okay, again, bouncing this color on. If you want more color, go ahead, bounce more color on. It's still softer, even though it looks solid covered, it's still softer than when you do it straight onto the stamp. Okay, and we'll bounce a little bit of that Red Hot around the edge. It's also really easy to control where you're putting the other colors because you can just get a little red on the tip there and just kind of bring it into the center. Okay, we'll stamp that here. Oh, I love it. I just think it's so soft and pretty. Okay, so now here's another little tip. Let me put my brushes away over here. Here's another little tip. So Lisa, what she did with this set is she made the flowers solid, but then these leaves are open images. So you can color these. But rather than do them in black, which I think is going to look very harsh up against my very soft flowers here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp them in fresh asparagus, and then I'm going to color them. Got ink all over my block. Then I'm going to color them with a lighter green. And that will just create more of just a softer look for these leaves. Okay, so I'm going to stamp one. Let's stamp another one. Just not quite as harsh as stamping them in black. Okay. So I know a couple of you, first of all, I want to thank all of you. A lot of you have sent me cards. A lot of you have sent me cards for my birthday, and I want you to know how much I appreciate that. And they're all so beautiful. So thank you for thinking of me. My birthday, somebody asked when my birthday was. My birthday is February 8th. It's Aquarius season, so all the crazy is out, including me. I wanted to let you know that we will not be doing a live on Monday night. We're going to switch it and do it, I think, on Tuesday night, Tom. Is that what we were going to do?
Next week. Yeah.
Next week. So because I think my kids are going to come over and hang out a little bit. So, okay, so I'm going to use a Copic marker for this. This is BG10. I'm going to just color this in with BG10. It's a blue, obviously. It's very soft. So I'm going to do that. And it's true, all of our ink, all of our dye ink is Copic friendly. So you can color, you can stamp your image in a color. And then you can use Copic markers on top of that, and you can see it is not bleeding. You can usually see it a lot with light colors. So that's a little fun thing. Thank you very much for all the warm birthday wishes. I appreciate it very much. I'm tired of being 42. I've been 42 for so many years now. It's really getting old. I might have to change it to 43 this year. I'm just kidding. You'll know I'm just kidding. It's not even like... Okay, I'm just going over with a second little coat of this just to darken it up a bit. And then I might add another color Copic. I just really like this Copic marker with the greens. I think it's really pretty. You can see that up close a little bit.
Do we have any idea when this will be available, this stamp set?
This stamp set was ordered as soon as it went out of stock the next morning after the release, and their turnaround time is much faster now. So I think it's probably shipping early next week. So that's good. I'm screaming because I turned away. I'm trying to find a lighter marker here. So, okay. So I'm going to use this marker. This is G82. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that down near the bottom of each of these leaves, just to green it up a little bit, because it is very blue, but it's pretty. Kind of like the blue and green mix. And if you have our stencil set, the new layering stencils that we came out with not that long ago, that's also on order. The problem with that is we have to wait a long time to get our dies. That's why that's not going to be available until probably the middle of March. But if you already have that, if you stencil green and turquoise together for leaves, it really looks beautiful. Okay, so that's my really bad attempt at coloring, but you know, it makes me happy, so I'm going with it. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit of die cutting here. Yes, Monica, our products can be found in Europe. Is it Brumbleberry? Brumbleberry in the UK carries our stuff, and we have lots of other retailers in Europe that carry our stuff. The best way to find out who carries our stuff is to go to our website and click on the tab that says Our Retailers. I think it might be under About Us, or it might just be its own tab up there on our website. But you can find out all the different retailers that carry our products. And if you're a retailer and you're watching and you do carry our products and you're not on our list, let customer service know and we will get you onto our website as a retailer. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of die cutting here. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to put these. I forgot to stamp the small flowers. I want to have some small flowers in this mix. So let me get another piece of white cardstock. And I'm going to go back to these same two colors again. And I am going to, now I don't know how, I mean, these are very small flowers, so I haven't tried this with this technique yet, but we'll see what happens. We might have more orange or more red, but that's okay because then they'll be a little bit contrasted from the big ones. So we'll do a little orange on that, tangerine, and then we'll go in with the red hot. Oh, thank you guys so much. You're all so sweet. Okay, I think this is going to be cool. That is not cool. It doesn't look like anything happened there. Let me try that again. This is live, people. This is what happens when it's live. All right, so we'll go with the orange, and then let me really get the red on here. Get some good, oh, there we go. I can just see that that's gonna show up better. Yeah, that's brighter. I know it's really far away. How about that? Can you see that better? This didn't look like much contrast, but that has a nice look. All right, we're gonna do just a couple more of these, and then we'll die cut them all out. Yeah, so we are expecting a huge, huge snowstorm later today here in Wisconsin. Just never wants to end. And on the day I was born, my mom said that Philadelphia had one of the worst snowstorms that they ever experienced. And my mom hated driving in the snow. She hated it. And she had to go to the hospital in the snow because of me. I was a preemie. I was a 7-month baby. And back then, when I was born, for those of you that are a lot younger, there wasn't a lot that they could do for preemies other than keep them warm. So I was kind of a little fighter. All right. See, Tom and I are the same age. I don't know if you guys know that, but Tom and I are the same age. And I was born in February and Tom was born in April. And so that means he's younger than me by 2 months. But I was born 2 months premature. So gestationally, we're the same age. We're the same age gestationally. That's makes me feel better for some reason. So I'm not really older.
Always got to be a step ahead.
Sorry.
Sophia wants to know, can you use Wink of Stella with your ink pads without the running?
Okay, Sophia wants to know, can we use Wink of Stella with our ink without it running? Well, I've used it and I don't remember seeing too much running, but that being said, our dye ink pads are water-based. So I really think you'd need to try it, maybe just, you know, on a little scratch piece of paper, stamp an image and see how it goes. Because, you know, I don't know what the liquid in Wink of Stella is. You know, Copic markers won't run, but that's an alcohol-based liquid inside of there. So it just depends on what that liquid is. So I know that's a terrible answer because it's not a, it doesn't help, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so I've cut one flower out. Let's cut the other one. You know, this is so typical me. I had to stamp them in all different orientations, so I have to figure it out every time here when I cut them out. Do you guys do that? You don't pay attention. You're like, oh, then I got to figure it out again. Although this is really easy to see because this little pointy thing here on the side of this die matches up with this kind of pointy flower. It's very easy to cut these out. Okay. Alrighty, cut the 3 flowers out and then we'll cut some of the little ones out. I don't even know if I'm going to use them all, but if I stamped them, I might as well keep them. Then I can put them in my little box of odds and ends and I can assemble cards. Every once in a while I do a video like that where I just go through the box and I just make stuff out of leftover stuff. And that's always fun to see what you can come up with. So definitely save all your little pieces that you stamp, even if you don't use them all for your card. Don't throw them away. Cut them anyway. All right, this one's a little bit more vibrant. I kind of like the way this one came out. But this is a newer one, so it may not have completely dried yet because our ink, as it dries, it lightens up to the color that it was intended to be, and it looks very airbrushed when it's finished, when it's dry. Thank you guys for all the wonderful birthday wishes. Ooh. All right, I'm still going to use this washi tape. I'm going to need to get more of this washi tape. I like this washi tape because of the color. It's just a fun color. Oh, Lisa Hetrick, I don't know if you're watching. You're probably busy doing a million things and not watching. But if you are watching, I love this stamp set. Thank you for sharing your talent with me and giving me these wonderful images to work with. Okay. Oh, I see a lot of Wisconsinites popping in. Hello, my Wisconsin friends. I saw somebody from New Berlin earlier say hello. New Berlin is very close to where I am. Very close. For my Wisconsin friends, I'm in the Muskego area. And then our store is in Greendale. Or our business is in Greendale. Okay, I'm getting there. Oh, happy birthday, Karen. Yours was yesterday. Aquarians unite. Yeah, there's always a my kids are kind of into astrology and stuff, you know, like they like reading their horoscopes and stuff. It's fun. I like it too. And we always know in February during Aquarius season that it's a lot of fun, crazy, chaotic energy in the air. Right, Tom? Because you live with that all the time.
Yes, I live with that all the time.
And that would be me. I am the crazy, chaotic energy in this house, which is true. We got to get Tom back doing another live with me. What suggestions do you guys have that you would like to see Tom do? What techniques would you like to see Tom do? Anybody have any ideas? I don't know. He's done Gamsol already. And what else have you done already, Tom? Yes, Cindy. Rena is chaotic energy too, for sure. Oh.
We did blending.
Yes. Ink blending? Is that what they said? Or we did it?
That's what we did.
Yeah, we've done ink blending. We could do more ink blending.
No line watercolor.
Oh my gosh. You want Tom to do no line watercolor? I got to learn how to do that first. I need Karen Hightower and Arjita here if we're going to, you guys have to fly in if we're going to have Tom do no line watercolor because I can't teach that because I don't know how to do it. Oh, the wreath builder. That's a good idea. I like the no line watercolor idea. It's just, I don't know how to do it. I'm always amazed at how beautiful everybody's work is with the no line stuff. Oh my word. That just means I don't sit down and practice because I think everybody can do it. Oh, baby wipes. That's a good one too. Alcohol inks. Oh, that'd be fun. Tom, you would like alcohol inks. You like alcohol, don't you?
And I like inks.
Yeah, so it's a good match. We could have a little cocktail while we do it. You could have a glass of wine. I could have a fruit salad. Wood grain. Yeah, that's a good one too. Brayer. Oh yeah, brayer. Gosh, I have to find my brayer. I have brayers somewhere. I'm just going to cut out the 3 for now so I'm not just sitting here cutting in front of you all day. And I will cut that last one out later. Okay. I love how that looks off to the side. It looks so pretty and springy over here. All right, let's zoom in just a little bit. Fruit salad inks. That should be my next collection, the fruit salad collection. Name them all things like sangria and... Okay, so I need another piece of white cardstock. And I'm going to use the Enjoy Today stamp. I haven't used this stamp set yet. I don't know why. I got so busy, I haven't used it. I'm going to use this one with my Misty because it's brand new. I might have to stamp it more than once. You know how that goes. Okay. Rena and I did a video the other day together for a hop that we have coming up on Saturday. And I'll be sharing that link with you guys. And she was looking at this new Misty. She doesn't have the new one yet. She's like, where's the magnet? I need the magnet. She didn't know it had this little cutout here as a magnet storage spot. She was like, oh my goodness, that's so cool. All right, so I'm going to stamp this in black Onyx ink. Grab that. Okay. I don't want all these to go flying, but they might. We'll deal with it. Okay, this is brand new, so I'm going to rub my fingers over it and prep it a little bit. Oh, hi, Monica from the Netherlands. It's so nice to see so many of my European friends being able to come in and join us for the lunchtime live. I know that you guys are probably asleep already on the Monday night ones. Okay, let's stamp that. I need my Chucky tool. I'm going to give it one more coat here just to really make it pop. See, I knew that would happen. Oh, I definitely want to get Alicia on. Alicia would be really fun. I know Alicia did a video with Rena, and that was fun to watch them just interact with each other, really. That was the fun part. Okay, so isn't that font cute? I love the way that's written. So cute. All right, I'm going to put this stamp away so I don't lose it. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate that. Okay, so now back to die cutting. So I'm going to cut this out using the new Master Layouts 4 dies, the flag dies. I did a Master Layouts live not that long ago using Master Layouts 4, but the one that I didn't get to use was the flags. I used the postage stamp, and the hearts, but I didn't use the flags and these fat flags. I like these fat flags. So let's get this in position here. All right, I'm trying to center it. I feel like, okay, that looks good. I should tape it down, but I'm gonna try to do this. No, gotta tape it. Did I really just use up all my washi tape? I think I did. Here's some more. I don't know if this is good washi tape or not. Rena stole my purple tape. She went through my drawers when we were here recording, and she's like, oh, I need this, and I need that, and I need this. And all of a sudden, she had a whole little bag of stuff. That's what happens when you have kids. They take your stuff, and they leave you with nothing. Okay. Oh, that's cute. Isn't that cute? I love that. Now, my little plan here, and we'll see if it works, is to even maybe add a little flower down here when I'm done. So I think that will fill in that little space there where the Y takes it up down here. But we'll see. That's my plan. Now, I have to do the black panel too. That one I don't have to be as perfect about. I just have to stick it on there. So this is the shadow layer. Of course, it can be used by itself if you want a flag that doesn't have the fancy stitching. But I'm going to use it as a shadow layer. And then while I have everything out here, while I have the die cutting machine out, let me show you how this looks together. It's so cute. Isn't that just nice? Don't you just love having that layer like that? I need something white to see it. Isn't that? I love that. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to cut some panels out for my cards. So this is from Master Layouts 2. I'm going to cut a white panel and a black panel. And then I'm going to cut a circle. So I think I'm going to do this. I'll show you how I'm going to check to see if I like the way it looks first. So let me do the white panel first. I got to find a piece of cardstock. Here we go. And this is going to be the stitched one. So this is from Master Layouts 2. Okay. Yeah, you know, the Master Layouts dies, when you see how much steel they take in order to make them, I mean, it's like massive amounts of steel because there's so many dies in the sets. So they are a little bit pricey, but in my opinion, it's a tool that I use every single time I stamp. So it's not like a stamp set where I don't always want to use the same one. It is a tool that I use all the time. So that's why I think it might be a good investment. But of course, you know, you can always cut squares and rectangles and stuff too. Ooh. Thank you, Marcy. Good to see you, Mars. Miss you. We need to have Junkie Fest again soon. Okay, so that is together like that. And that is going to be on my card like that. So now I'll show you how, look at that. Boy, that could be used for something. I feel like that was dumb luck and I need to keep it. All right, I'll put that aside. So now let me show you how I'm going to figure out what I want this to look like. Okay. So I'm going to lay my card down here. This is what the card's going to look like. This is not a card base size. I got to cut this down to 4 1/4 inches. Thought it looked a little fluffy. Okay. So this is going to be my layout here for my card. Like that, right? And I know it's not straight, but, and then this is going to go down here at the bottom like this. So what I want is I want something to ground my flowers. So I want to see if this is going to be too big, and I think it's going to be too big. It is going to be too big. So I'm not going to use a circle die. Instead, what I might try is an oval. I already have these cut out, so let's see how this looks together. And of course, we can extend things. So if this is down here near the bottom and this goes on top like that, I think that would be a really pretty layout. Well, fluffy, I didn't want to say fat, so I said fluffy. The card looked fat. That's why I knew it wasn't the the right size for a card base. So I think I'm going to go with this layout. And I'm going to start taping all these things together. Children don't borrow our things. They see it more as adopting and giving it a new home. That is true. That is true. Nothing is borrowed. It's just adopted. I like that. That feels positive. I'm going to go with that. Keep that positive attitude. Okay, so there's the little flag. Now I'm going to layer these two panels together. This is just a very simple layout, but it's something a little bit different. And, you know, like I said, if you're new to Gina K Designs, I have a very hard time designing dies that don't have shadow layer options because I love the pops of black or a color behind the white shape. So you definitely, these are our double stitched ovals and our single stitched ovals. And what's interesting is we don't release a die set and then use it once for the release and then you never see it again. You will see me use these things in literally hundreds of videos. I mean, I just use them all the time. So I'm always showing you different ways to use them and positions to, you know, lay them out for different looks. Okay, so this is going to go directly onto the card base like this. Okay. And then I'm going to put this down near the bottom here in the center. I want to see if I could add a little flower there. Oh, I think I could. I think that will be very cute. It'll be like one fell off the bouquet and it's on its way down. It's tumbling. Just like me. It's on its way down. Okay, I'm going to stick that right there. It looks pretty good and pretty centered. And then this will go on top. And you can see I'm extending a little bit over the sides and a little bit over the top. And that's okay. I just want to be able to read the greeting. Yes, the master layouts are so fun. They really are. Okay. I should have stamped that down a little bit more, that enjoy today. But remember, these are just for ideas. I wonder why this. Let's see if I can. No, it still has to be straight. Maybe my oval is crooked. Or it's not over enough. I think that's what it is. Ooh, it's scary to pull something up, isn't it? It's always so scary. Okay. It's forgiving, though. The Gina K tape is forgiving. It takes a little while to... There we go. That looks better.
Is the card base A2?
Card base is A2. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, or if you're cutting it, it's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Okay, now we can start laying this out. So let's see what we can do here. Maybe I'll use 2 big ones, and then I think I have to do 3s. You know me, I have to do 3s. Let's see what that looks like. Thinking in real time is scary. Let's see. Should I do something over here? I'm actually going to reverse the positions of those, because I feel like they shouldn't be facing each other. They should be facing away from each other. Like that. That looks a little better. Like could like tilt that one over that flower a little bit. That'd be pretty. And then add this little flower here. So what do you guys think of that layout? Is that pretty? I think that's pretty good. Oh, there's my nose. Hello. Sticking in there. Okay. So now what I like to do, and I've told you guys this little trick before, open your camera and you can take a quick picture and then you can put the camera off to the side so that you remember, you have your layout here, you remember the layout, and then if you have to destroy it, you'll still know what you did. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to destroy my layout because it's a lot of big stuff.
It looks like a bucket of flowers.
A bucket of flowers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? All right, so I'm going to put one leaf here. I'm looking at my thing here, and I'm not taping there because that flower, I do like the idea of that, flower kind of, the leaf kind of going over the edge of the petal. So we'll do that. It helps. I don't know how we made cards before we had smartphones, how we remembered what we were supposed to do. Oh boy. Here we go. And we'll put another one right next to that. Okay, so now I'm going to put one flower. Let's see how I had that one. I'm going to put one flower here. I'm going to tape that one right down onto the card. So one flower here. It's going to go off the oval a little bit. And then one flower here with, I'm going to kind of slide it under that leaf like that. And that's going to get taped right onto the card. There we go. And then this one, I'm going to pop up. So it's got a little dimension. So I'm going to use some of the foam squares. And you can use as many as you want. One will actually work though. So I'm just going to use one. You couldn't spend this much time on a card? I like the relaxation process of just kind of meandering through a card project, but I know it's not for everyone. Okay, I think I'll put a foam square on the back of this too. Once you have a design like this though, you could mass produce it really quickly because you already know what you're making. When I come on my lives, I don't know what I'm making. It's all happening live. I'm making decisions live. I don't know what I'm doing. It's kind of a mess. And then one more here. You hand paint yours in 20 minutes? Wow, that's awesome. I can't do that. I don't know how to hand paint. Okay. And we'll put this one up here. Maybe we'll like layer it a little bit over this. There we go. And then we'll pop one right down here. We won't pop it. We'll just tape it right on there. Kind of filling in that little open spot. Okay. So there's my finished card. Now I think it could use a little bit of bling personally. So I'm going to add a little bling to this. So let me zoom in just a little. We'll make it blingy. I'm going to use some Connect glue, and I have my jewel picker here. And I'm going to use my favorite sequins, the disco ball ones. I use these a lot. Have you ever used sequins, like a color so much that you liked that you actually had to rebuy it? I'm getting low on my disco ball sequins. Okay, I have two jewel pickers here. For when Rena comes over and we make a video, or when Tom jumps in, he needs his own. So I think I'll put them in the center of these big flowers. That was a lot of glue.
What set is the sentiment from?
That sentiment is from a stamp set called Enjoy Today. I'll do that. And maybe put one down here, put one there. I think I have to put them in this. Well, we'll see. Let's see how this looks first, because I don't know how many I want to do. It's a lot, I know. And I like to put the glue down first and give it a second to kind of get a little tacky. It does help the sequins release from the jewel picker a little bit easier. Not necessarily perfectly. Especially if you put it on upside down like that. Okay, let's get the glue again. Okay, we'll put that one on last. Yeah, I put my sequins cup side up. Cupward. That was Tom's. He coined that phrase, cupward, for cup upward. This one, this flower doesn't seem to want a sequin. Okay. So what do you think? Is that enough sparkle on that? I don't have to do these two, or should I do these two? What do you guys think? Maybe they're feeling left out. Oh, I'd hate them to feel sad that this one got one and they didn't. Maybe I'll add them. Because my cards, you know, my images have personalities. All right. It looks so pretty just with a little white dot of glue too. So it'd be kind of fun to do that and just sprinkle some loose glitter on there and then just dump the glitter away and let it dry. And you'd have like just a little ball of loose glitter. That would be cute too, just for a different look. I did it again. Why are they all on their face? There we go. All right. Okay. I feel like that gave it the little extra that it needed. I think we need one more sequin on there somewhere, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's an even amount. That won't do. I'm going to put one more down here just to have an odd amount. Because you know me, I like the odd numbers, even though it probably doesn't matter all that much. Okay. So there, my card is finished. I'm done. They say artists never really finish what they're doing. They just abandon it. And that's when it's done. So I'm going with that. And I'm actually calling myself an artist, which, boy, that's a real loose interpretation there. All right, so there's my finished card. So I don't have enough time to make another card, but this was so much fun doing this with you guys today. So give that technique a try. Find some of the solid stamps you have in your collection and get those blending brushes out and try tapping that color on to give it a more of a watercolor look. Yeah, very fun. All right, well, I was saying earlier in the live that, you know, you have those times where your week goes by and Monday's a great day and Tuesday's a terrible day and Wednesday's okay and then Thursday's terrible again. And, you know, it happens all the time, right? So my quote is, it happens all the time. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. But the real victory comes in how you handle both. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I won't be here on Monday night, but I'll be back on Tuesday night for another live. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy. I love you all so very much. And mwah, I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.